What is up, YouTube? So, this is not really a much of an update video. This is more of a parts video. I got a very large shipment of parts in to finish up the Mustang. There is one install we'll do at the end. I put the Lumitronics Halo headlights on here, and they're phenomenal. Very pleased with them. I'll show you that at the end of the video. I did get them wired in. So, we're going to go with the unboxing, but I already unboxed all the stuff. So we're going to go over a few things. I did not get everything, but everything except for one article, which is in that big thing I covered in another video, came from CJ's. But all this stuff came from CJ's. So this is your 5x7 dash speaker, 140 watts. It comes from Custom Auto Sound. Now, these are very cool. So, this bolts in your stock radio bezel. It looks like it's from 1973. It is not from 1973. Behind this original looking dash, here it's a digital readout. And all these are your pre-selectors. You can choose your mode. And then you can see in the back, it's not, there's obviously another bag of goodies in there, but it has auxiliary cords, USB cords, pretty much everything. You can hook up subwoofer to it if you so desire to, so on and so forth. And that is also from Custom Auto Sound. But I thought it was cool. You can do hands-free calling with this, but it still looks like it belongs in the 1973. So I kind of thought that was cool. I do have a Sony head unit in there now. Kind of was a makeshift throw it in, but I'm pretty cool with that. I can't wait to get that hooked up. So both those things are from Custom Auto Sound, and I got them through CJ's. I hated the steering wheel that was in my car, so I ended up getting a Grant steering wheel. Makes it look more, to each their own. To me, it makes it look like more of a muscle car steering wheel, but that's just me. So I hated the small steering wheel I had in there. So I went with this one. Now, like I said before, I got my new blower motor and I got the fan put over on it. There's the old one. I got the old heater box cleaned up. That's going in tomorrow. And then Tuesday we're going to do a headliner and carpet. So it's going to start coming together. Now, as you can see, I did some things here. That is the original center bezel to my car, minus the package tray I put in this one. Okay, now I could have went with this same one because they do sell this same style at CJ's. But I had gauges in the car, as you've probably seen in other videos. They're kind of out now because I'm taking the rest of that stuff out, the radio and all that stuff. But I liked this. This is the wood grain. You can get a regular black bezel like that with the gauge pods. Now, I will tell you, because my Mustang did not come original from factory with the gauges, there's a whole plate that bolts to the back of this. As you can see, the screw holes for it there and there. I did not have that, nor did I feel like spending the money to buy one, nor did I feel like my original gauges that I had in the car were much smaller, way too small. So what I did is I got 2-inch gauge, Bosch gauge. Bosch's, I got volts, temp, oil pressure. So with that, I had to modify it a little bit. So again, because I buy everything at Harbor Freight, I did end up getting our Dremel tool, and it did come with a bunch of different Dremel pieces I also got. And yeah, essentially I had to Dremel these out because when they come from CJ's or factory, they're more ovaled. So I had to shaved down quite a lot to get them to fit. Now they don't even have the backing plates on them, whatever you want to call them, and they are very solid. You can barely move. So they had autometer ones. These have a bigger bezel, I guess is what you want to call this outer ring here on the gauge. Autometer has an even bigger one. I thought it would look silly if it stuck out too far. I know they had smaller ones, but I'm a Bosch fan. I like the black back. Kind of matches the black. So, I mean, that's what I went with. If you're a 1973 enthusiast and everything needs to be factory, hey, this ain't for you. But, you know, like I said, I'm not going to go buy a used thing, which I had problems finding them. And the ones I did find, they're like $200 and some or over. And I could just get these gauges for $48 and a $30 Dremel and be done with it. So, yeah, I'm very impressed with this. I got this from CJ's. Like I said, I'm waiting for the bezel to come yet, the radio bezel, so I can get that in there and I can get that installed in the car. So that is where we're at with that stuff. Pretty pleased. Before I get to the headlights, I am waiting for door panels. They will be here soon. But everything else came for my doors. Those are the inner brackets for your door armrests, and like this is just all your door stuff. Like that little CJ thing, I believe, is your window cranks. These are your armrests themselves. So, like, I got the whole kit. It comes with new window cranks, new door handles, new armrests, new the little chrome locking caps that sit on top. Pretty much everything new screws, new everything. So I'm waiting for the door panels because we are going to do door panels. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the Flow Tech headers I got for this. Shit. I can't remember what else I'm waiting for. Radio bezel, my seats, my fabric to wrap the old seats in should be here very soon. So I'm still waiting for a few things. Also, this did not come from CJ Pony Parts, as you can see. Bunch of exhaust piping. I got it. I don't know how I'm going to run it, but I did get the U's to run up over the axle. It comes with, I think 4 U's, 4 4-foot sections of straight pipes, 4 45s and 4 90s. So I got this. It's stainless steel, 2.5 inch, off of Amazon for like $200. I think was the final total. So the headers I got have 3-inch collectors, so I'm going to need to reduce them down to 2-inch, and then I'm going to have to figure out my. Those are Flowmaster 10 series, and then the muffler you see kind of tucked back there, that is the Roush. I got to see what I can fit on this. So that is the other thing I got. That'll be the last thing I do. So as you can see, these are your, oh my God, that would have been bad. These are your old headlights. They're pretty much the originals to the car. You can't really see anything at night, so I was not a big fan of them. So these Lumitronics are amazing. Now I'm only going to turn on the Halo application right now, and as you can see, it's already going. I am super pleased with these, beyond words. I'll step outside here so you can see them. So I am super pleased. It gives this car a whole nother stance, like a look. I absolutely love it. And then I'll quick show you with the lights on. They do claim 50% more visibility. I can definitely see why, but I'm very happy with them. They were not very hard to install. They pretty much go in to your stock holders. I should probably grease that door. Just don't over tighten them, they are glass. And other than that, they're very simple to wire in. They do come with a wire adapter. You can see the orange plug there, and right there, that just plugs into your, this is your original harness. That's the harness they provide. And then that's your cable for your halos, your LEDs. So I wired mine into my driving lights, so it acts as it's supposed to. But yeah, I mean, it's 2 screws. Take this outer chrome piece, and then there's 3 screws for this light chrome light holder, and that's pretty much it. They do provide rubber in the kit form, and I got the regular ones where you can see Redline Lutromics. They're the LED halo halogen headlights. These are the white diamond single color. As you can see on the box, they do sell the multicolor ones from CJ. They have the controller. You can wire the controller in the car, and it comes with the remote. You can do red, blue, white, purple. I don't know what the other colors are. You can do slow fading, flashes, strobes. You know, I live in Pennsylvania. All that crap's illegal. The white is legal, so I just went with the white. I don't really show this car, obviously, because it has some blemishes. It has not got fixed. I do plan on fixing that yet. But, I mean, the paint needs to get done on this. Probably after girlfriend and I buy a house, I'll probably start doing the restoration on this a couple years after we move in. But I plan on driving this for another 5 years. I do drive this pretty heavily. I love driving this car. I put a lot of money in it now with all the suspension, and if you've been following me, the floor pans, the suspension, I basically redid the whole, I'm in a process of redoing the whole interior, so, yeah. But normally I'm very, like, monotone and, like, blah, but I am super pumped. This was a, full disclaimer, huge undertaking, not gonna lie. It's extremely stressful. It just started out with taking out the heater box, and I was going to weld in one floor pan, and then when you take the carpet out, you find a whole bunch of other things. And then it turned in from doing the rear floor pans to the front floor pans. Then it turned into doing the suspension, the sway bars, adding a rear sway bar, doing the leaf springs, and then seats and upholstery, and you know, it just turned into a whole thing. But I wouldn't change it. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to doing the headliner in the next few days, and the carpet, which is over there. That's why there's that whole mess over there, because I saved the old carpet as a template. I will let you know here, I did try something today. Well, I bought something to try for the carpet. So I did get a bunch of razor blades, but this is a really cheap supposed carpet cutter. So we're going to see if it actually really works. I'll let you guys know in the next video after the carpet's laid if it works. I'm not too hopeful. It was $6, but hey, you never know, it might work. If not, we'll do it the old-fashioned way with the razor blades. So I'll give you some tips on installing the carpet and the headliner, because I've never done a headliner before. And then the heater box will be back in, and probably Saturday the plan is to finish the rear sway bar. Got 2 little brackets to weld over there, seam seal underneath the car, undercoat it, drop it, and hook up the emergency brake. And I like to get that center bezel in if radio bezel came. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I do really like this. I did not know if I liked the wood grain. I like the gauges. Like I said, I had to Dremel them out. It didn't turn out too bad. I'm very pleased with everything. Almost looks like they belong there. So I can't be too upset. So, yeah, anytime you get a bunch of parts is an exciting day, and I am super pleased with those headlights. Eventually, I do plan on doing the sequential LED tail lights and full all LED lights on this thing. But that is in its second restore when we decide to finally build that 351 Cleveland sitting back there and repair some more rust on the car and get it painted. And I want to change the rear in this. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I can't wait to get it on the road. I think we're a month out. If you are looking to upgrade some things, I would definitely suggest headlights. My goal with this car is I love driving this car. To hell with gas prices, I don't care. But I wanted to modernize it. I work late nights, pain in the butt driving home with these crappy headlights. Anyone owns an old classic knows what I'm talking about. So I wanted to make this car more modern, so I did upgrade the headlights, upgrade the suspension for better handling, and the sway bars. I upgraded the interior for more comfort. I can't wait to show you the seats when they come. I fixed my heater box because you could not open the cold weather shutters and or close the heat off. So in the summer you had like heat blowing on your leg. So I wanted to fix that, and it has all new weather stripping on it. So I did a lot of things for comfort, for driving it a lot. Like I said, I rebuilt the top end of the motor, the timing chain jump. So, I mean, the whole top end of the motor doesn't have that many miles on it. And I did, the U-joints, new fuel tank, all new radiator hoses, serpentine belt, V-belts, plugs, wires, rotor, points, ignition coil. So, I mean, I did put a lot of things into this, and I've driven it. Probably have 15,000 miles on it since I owned it, and it's only ever let me sit one time when I blew the timing chain. So yeah, I've been pretty pleased. I look forward to driving this. So like I said, most of these parts I got from CJ's. I am super pumped to finally, because this is cool. We're starting to get to the home stretch here, and I'm super excited. So after Tuesday, once the carpet and the headliner's in, it's just doing a lot of little odds and ends. And outside of welding the exhaust up, I'm not sure if I'm bringing it out the side over there where it was before, here, or out the back, or which mufflers I'm going to do. I was planning on fixing that. I will eventually. I'm probably going to drive it around for a little bit and wait for my paint match to come back. So for all of you who've ridden along with me, I appreciate it. I hope this helped you answer some questions, where to get some parts at. Not gonna lie, this whole thing was very expensive. Maybe I'll tally it up at the end, because I did save all my receipts to kind of give you guys a budget idea. I mean, but I can only tally up the parts. I think I have the receipts for the undercoating, but I had so many containers of Pour 15. It's a rust preventative, undercoating, tools to do stuff, materials, consumables, like the amount of grinding discs I had to go through. Like I said, I bought my own welder for this process, and that whole setup with the tank and everything that went with it was $1,300. And then, I got stainless, exhaust piping, so I had to get now stainless wire I had to order, and then I need 100% argon to weld because I only have 70. I'm tired. Whatever the percentage is to argon to CO2, if you will. So, I mean, there was a lot of parts and a lot of materials. And like I said, grinding discs and paint brushes and, welding gas and welding wire and tips and wiring, and it was Dremels and air chisel to separate the spot welds and spot weld drill bits. And I could go on and on and on. Needless to say, I will do my best to come up with a price on what it costed to do kind of what I'm doing. And again, there's many different seat options, so on and so forth, suspension options, radio options. You don't need to do as much or less, but I'll do my best to put together a end video on this. So like I said, for all of you who've been watching and this has been helpful for, I make these videos to help people out. So till next time, hopefully next time you tune back in, the heater box is in, the carpet's in, the headliner's in, and I'm all smiles. So till next time, YouTube.